Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. This is a very short live stream this afternoon because I did all my prep, and well, basically that was more or less I had made the card really. So I'm just going to show you my putting it together. Oh, sorry. I always forget to turn the sound off on my main screen that I'm watching on. I do apologise for that. Hello, Rosie. It's so good to see you. Right, I'm just going to slightly move my camera. You might want to shut your eyes for a minute just in case this makes you feel dizzy. I just want to a little bit more. I'm just trying to get rid of this front area here. Yeah, that's better. So hello to Rosie and hello Claire. Thank you both for joining me this afternoon. So I'm showcasing more retiring products. I'm really sorry that we're saying goodbye to the ornate layers dies because I haven't had them very long and I really love them, but I'm going to continue to use them, but obviously I won't be using them for demonstrations. So I've used those, and also the gorgeous In Good Taste papers. So I know it's really warm this afternoon, even though the Australians laughed at us when we said that, didn't they, Claire? Because, you know, they don't think that like round about 20 to 25 is really hot at all. But I've just been out to the shops and it was 25 when I was coming back, and really warm in the car with that sun coming through the windows. It does make the card really warm, doesn't it? It's their cold. That's right. Yeah, they think it's cold. And I'm so glad I don't live there. I couldn't bear that heat. So what's happening down on the farm, Rosie? Have you been busy today? What are you and Adam up to? So I've just been hanging out here for the morning. And as I say, I popped out to get a couple of bits from the supermarket and picked up something to eat for lunch. You got lots of lambs. Oh, how lovely. Is Adam watching with you today, Rosie? Okay. Well, I was going to, yes, special hello to Adam then. So glad you're here, Adam. Now, I don't know if your mum's got this paper, but if she hasn't, then, you know, just remind her that it's retiring very soon. So if you want it, you got to get it now. And in the catalogue, this is, or all demonstrators consider this to be, you know, the masculine paper. But I actually love it myself. I love natural wood textures. This tweed's really, I think it's lovely. I love this, which is kind of like plastering, isn't it? Kind of thing. And these tiles, I think, are amazing. And you've got those hexagonal ones on the other side. Well, I just think it's gorgeous paper. So anyway, I've got loads to get used, haven't I? So I'm combining the paper with these dies to make a really quick, easy card. And I would say simple, but to be honest, it doesn't look simple once it's put together. But it's what I like to call one of my clean cut cards. And you know I like clean cut. I don't like a lot of fuss. Okay, so I'm starting with, I've forgotten what it's called. What colour is this? Smoky Slate card base, which measures 5 3/4 inches square. And I chose that because it kind of went with the shapes I'd cut out. Then I've got a mat of Night of Navy, which is 5.5. So that's, if I bring that down to the corner, you can see that's 1/4 of an inch smaller, and that gives you that nice 1/8 of an inch border. Now I'm going to gut this, actually. I'd forgotten previously, so I'm going to gut that now, and I'm sure you two know exactly how to gut card, but I'm going to do this so that if anybody else watches this later and they don't know, they'll be able to see. Now, I like to use my trimmer in this orientation because I can read off the points where the blade is level with my ruler. And I put it at 1/2 inch, and I'm going to cut down to 5. So what I like to do is put my finger or my thumb near to that, so that as I come down, I don't go past it, and then I just do it very slowly and stop at the 5-inch mark. Then I leave the blade there, turn the card 180 degrees, put it back to 1/2 inch here, pop that down, and it's in the right position. And then I go up to the 1/2 inch mark again, bring it back, then I turn it just 90 degrees, pop it in at the 1/2 inch mark, and then I can go down, and again I'm going to stop at 5, where it should exactly meet where I've cut before, which it does. And then another 180 degree turn. I can leave it where it is because we already cut it to 5, and bring it back up to the 1/2 inch. And that cuts out that lovely piece in the middle, so I don't waste any card. Okay, so that's those 2 pieces of card prepared. Right, looks a bit boring at the moment, doesn't it? Very boring. And then I've taken a piece of the designer series paper. I've chosen this one. I think they're supposed to represent zigzaggy tiles. That's on the other side. I'm not quite so keen on that side, but I do like this one, and I think it goes really well with that Night of Navy. So I'm going to take my tweezers, and I'm going to just pop some glue all the way around the outside of this and pop that onto my frame. I'm not going to put any glue in the middle yet, because I'm going to pop it here to glue it down. So Adam, do you like this paper? Is this your kind of thing? You know, because I like to ask a man his opinion. So that's my 2 mats, and then I'm going to layer both of those onto there. Do you find it easier to do your mats like that, or do you prefer to put your mat straight onto the card and then your next one? Adam likes dottage. Yes, we know Adam likes dottage, don't we? Last week when I said what was I forgetting on my card, he was the one that said dottage, wasn't he? I love it that you come to watch me, Adam. I bet you like watching Esther too, don't you? Okay, so just use my bone folder to make sure my glue's spread out nice and evenly. You do like the paper, good. Okay, so keep checking I've got it round the right way, because we don't want to make an Australian card this afternoon. Not that there's anything wrong with Australian cards, but I want to make it up the right way. So I'm going to put the pieces I've cut out using the ornate frames, or ornate layers. I can't remember what they're called now. Let's just quickly go back to it. Yeah, ornate layers. So I've used this one here to cut out this sort of tweed looking fabric. And then I've used a die inside to make this from the tiles, and I thought that would sit really nicely on there. The next one I've done is the sort of the tiles that look a bit like brickwork. So I've cut that out using this one. Let's open that so you can see these a bit better. So that's using this die. And I backed it onto another piece of Night of Navy cardstock. So I'm just going to move these around so that there's almost an equal space between them. The next piece I cut was, oh, actually it's from a different die set, which I completely forgot I had used. It's from Ornate Frames, and that's this one. And I used that piece of the DSP. And again, I've backed it on the Night of Navy cardstock. And I thought I would pop that one there, perhaps. And then finally was this one here, which I found when I cut it. I didn't realise it did this, but it doesn't cut out, it cuts into. Oh, hello, Wendy. Thanks for coming along. Sorry, you've missed most of it, Wendy, because I was just explaining that I've already done all my cutting out. And I'm showcasing the 2 retired items, the In Good Taste Designer Series paper and the Ornate Layers dies. And I think these are probably going as well, the Ornate Frames. I didn't check. So that's all my, that's what I die cut. And really now it's just a case of sticking it all down onto the cardstock. So if I just take these away, and I'm going to pop this one down first. So I thought I'd layer this one on top of the other first. Wendy, what sort of day have you been having? So Anne's not here today. She's just tested positive for COVID, so she's not a very happy bunny. I don't know about Hilary. She's conspicuous by her absence, as my mum would say. So just pop that one down there. And I think actually with this kind of design, it doesn't really matter if things are equidistant, because it doesn't really notice. Things are so ornate that, you know, it doesn't matter. And in fact, I think it probably might look even better if it's not exact. But I'm a bit difficult at doing random, as you know, so I might sort of make sure it is exact, because I just can't help it. So then, before I actually stick anything more down, I want to stamp a greeting on here. And I did have the Happy Birthday stamp from Artistically Inked, and I haven't lost it. That makes a change, doesn't it? And I'm going to pop that on there. It just fits, but I wanted something quite large because I didn't want it to get lost with all this design that's going on. So let's grab that block. I've got my blocks out ready to the side to use for something else, and then I forgot. So I looked in the drawer and there were no blocks left. Story of my life, really. I'm one of these people, I'm always planning ahead. So organised, I get on my own nerves because I forget I was planning ahead. So I'm sticking with the Night of Navy. I don't think it's a good idea to change any colour themes at the moment. And I want a kind of I love Night of Navy thing at the moment. Now this is going to be stamped towards the bottom because I think I'm going to alternate the layering of these different shapes today to get a bit of a different look. That's good. That really pops, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to stick this one down, but I'm only going to stick the top part so that I can tuck this under. So just put the glue like so. Take my tweezers so I don't get glue on my fingers. And I'm going to pop that there. Use my bone folder again to make sure I get that glue spread. And then I'm going to pop this, so it's going to go under the bottom there and slightly over this one. And then this one I think can go slightly, oh, well, it was meant to go slightly under that one. I'm just going to push this a little bit because I forgot I was going to do this. Maybe if I pop it there, because I know I didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I meant to put it under there. So I'm just going to use my bone folder to very gently ease that up a little bit. Like so. Yeah, that's, I think I might just go a little bit further. Hope it doesn't come through. Pop that in. Yeah, that's better. I wanted it. Yes, that's exactly what I thought. So we're going to glue the back of this one. And push that as far in as I can. So that can go down. And it's quite funny. Claire was here when I was cut. Well, she wasn't here, but we were Zooming. And Claire was here when I cut this one and lost it. And I hadn't lost it at all. It cut into the paper and doesn't cut something out. And there I was looking for a die cut like this, but I had to stick the paper. It was cut out onto a piece of card. So there it goes. So I've actually put that onto another piece of the paper, which is one of the wood effects. So now with this one underneath, I could actually offset that a little bit, so I could put it up or have it right squared up here and here. Or I could even move it down, couldn't I? What do you think? So as far down as possible is 1. Up to matching is 2. Or slightly up is 3. 1, 2 or 3, ladies. You may now, the vote is open. 3. Oh, it's 2 for 3. Should be 3 for 2, shouldn't it? It's 2 for 3. Come on, Woo. Well, actually, it doesn't matter what you say, does it? Because it's already 2 votes, the majority. And I agree with you, I think, ladies. So it's going to go there. So pop that under there. And there we are. That's where it's staying. So that is my card for today. As I say, very short and sweet. And we'll pop some glue under here just to get this stuck down. Let's push that away. I'm just going to use a tissue to make sure I don't get glue anywhere else there. Oh, I must remember to be a bit more careful when I'm doing this. These are quite delicate, these little edges. So that's today's card. But the good thing about this is, although it was very simple and I've used retiring products, you can do this principle with any of our dies and any of our designer series paper, bringing in any colours that go with the paper. So really it's a kind of layout exercise really, to show you that even if you don't use any stamps, you can still make a really lovely card just with our dies. And this was just using one set of dies for most of it and just one additional die, which kind of is, I think it is like a sister set, because they're both called ornate. One's ornate layers and one's ornate frames. So they are, I'm sure they're intended to be used together, and the designs are very similar. So that's today's card. Hope you've really liked it, everyone. And I'm going to say cheerio, happy Easter. And I'll be back next week with another live. And I'll be back on Wednesday evening with a pre-recorded video. Lovely to see you girls and boys. And bye for now.